Peter Hyde. He's head of research at Liberum Capital, where he covers European business services, leisure and transport. Thank you so much for joining us. There's so much concern about the recession, about the possibility that we're slipping back into a recession. How is that going to affect overall travel, and who's going to come out on top?
Well, at the moment, we're in a kind of honeymoon or hazy phase on the basis that we're not quite sure whether corporates are going to stop travelling or leisure are going to stop travelling. September figures are due out in about 3 weeks' time, and we'll have the first indications as to whether the Q4 corporate travel will reignite post the summer lull because of leisure.
And this is crucial, Peter, because it's actually the corporates that pay the most money and basically fund an airline.
Yeah, corporates pay about 4 to 5 times more than leisure travellers, so they are the people that produce the most incremental revenue, the most profit. We've already decided to cut our 2012 numbers by about 13% because of the concerns around certainly corporate, possibly consumer as well. But at the moment, as I say, we actually don't know whether corporates are going to continue travelling in Q4.
And so would you, if they stop travelling or if they travel a lot less, does it mean that it's the smaller airlines such as EasyJet and Ryanair that will benefit certainly here in Europe compared to the big national carriers?
Yes, I think we saw in the recession in the early part of the 2000s that actually what happens is you get down trading. So within intra-EU, you tend to find people looking for more value for money. You tend to get the stronger business models surviving better. So that you tend to find, if you take the likes of EasyJet and Ryanair, they actually benefit from people moving down from the old traditional flag carriers who are becoming much more long-haul network carriers, less interest in the intra-EU market. So I think the prospects for EasyJet and Ryanair still remain reasonably favourable relative to, let's say, some of the weaker competitors around Europe.
And overall, does it seem that it's the emerging market carriers that are still the strongest because, well, there's less recession, people travel more and people have more money to spend?
Well, I think it's very debatable at the moment on the long haul as to whether actually where you've had consolidation of the network, such as the North Atlantic, whether say IAG is going to remain stronger, or whether actually people who are slightly more exposed to the emerging markets will remain stronger. Air France, Lufthansa have more exposure to, say, the Far East, and again, you know, trends there have been pretty strong. Recovery's been pretty strong over the last 12 months, but the real key question for them is what's going to happen in Q4 2011, and perhaps more importantly through 2012.
And Peter, just very quickly, oil prices seem to be okay. $80, they can sustain that, can't they?
Yeah, well, a long time ago they were down at $10 a barrel, but yeah, $80.
Better than 140
exactly.
a couple of years ago.
$80 is better than it was even 3 months ago, and so that is helping profitability, and airlines are finding it slightly easier to fund their fuel bills.
Peter, thank you so much. Peter Hyde there, head of research at Liberum Capital.